These Scientologists say they were instructed to harass the church's current enemies, like attorney Mike Flynn. Flynn is an enemy because several ex-Scientologists hired him to sue the church.
They broke into your office, stole 20,000 documents,
filed lawsuits all over the United States against me, sent postcards to me threatening to poison me. I've had bomb threats called into my office, harassing telephone calls at all hours of the day and night.
And how do the Scientologists find out what's happening in the enemy's camp? Through spies and double agents, like Ford and Andrea Schwartz. What did you do?
I spied.
Ford Schwartz says Scientology's police organization, called the Guardian's Office, assigned him and his wife Andrea to pose as deprogrammers, people who help people get out of Scientology.
The point of the operation was to become the enemy completely.
So you'd have one of your own people leading the opposition?
And what better way to play the game, playing both sides?
You fooled Flynn.
I penetrated the Michael Flynn network.
He got you.
He got me.
Ford also spied on Hubbard Jr., provided data for this incredible document, a list of much of what Hubbard did or said over the past 30 years. That kept Hubbard Jr. too nervous to speak out.
Probably the main thing that Ford Schwartz did was try to keep me contained.
And they've kept the media contained, too.
The Sea Org is virtually Hubbard's exclusive navy. Each member of the Sea Organization signs a billion-year contract to serve Scientology.
This is part of a news story on Scientology taped by ABC's San Francisco TV station KGO. The story never ran.
You got a story killed at KGO.
TV, yeah.
Ford Schwartz, posing as a Scientology opponent, got KGO to let him see the story. He quickly told the Guardian's office that the report was critical. The Guardian's office threatened lawsuits, and the story was never broadcast. ABC says it wasn't newsworthy. Other stories have been killed.
You got the UPI to kill a story on Scientology.
Yeah.
UPI reporter Todd Eastham was about to send out this story, which Andrea says is true, about how her fellow Scientologists had once beaten her up. The Guardian's office got Andrea to sign a statement calling the story a lie, and they threatened lawsuits. The story didn't run.
My sources had been discredited to the extent that we no longer really considered them decent sources, and without Ford and Andrea Schwartz, there was no story.
And Ford tricked the Reader's Digest, so when it ran an article on Scientology and said, for help in getting out of the cult, call these numbers, all the numbers led to Ford Schwartz.
You were basically a cheat.
Correct. I was basically a good con man. A cheat.
How does the church answer these charges?
Who can question what these people did? They said they did it. We have to assume that they did it.
They said their bosses told them to do it, that it's church
and if
policy.
they said somebody above them told them to do it, let's assume somebody above them told them to do it.
And it's church policy, they say.
That's where we differ.
Why are all these people saying these things?
There are mixed motives. Money is really the crux of the whole thing. You have here people who, while they were in the church, committed acts which they now, as ex-members, are testifying they did in order that they can collect money from the church, which they claim is responsible for what they did. That is, in a nutshell, what is happening here.
Sounds like the whole church was there to make money. Jerry Armstrong said he shoveled millions of dollars to the ship and back. I think you're in this to get rich.
Wow. Did he tell you what was done with that money?
We have to answer to governments just like everybody else, and we file just like everybody else what the church makes and where those monies go.
So who do you believe? Current church officials or people who've left the church? Pending lawsuits may bring out more of the truth. Meanwhile, those who speak out are afraid.
I started to carry a weapon.
I keep a knife with me at all times. I sleep with a knife beside my bed.
Because you think they might come and kill you because you have information that hurts them?
I think they could.
Fascinating. Do you think we'll ever know if Hubbard is alive at this moment?
It's hard to say. We don't know if that tape is authentic or when it was made. If he is alive, his son's lawsuit may now force him to come forward and prove it. Millions of dollars are at stake. Meanwhile, tomorrow morning, Hubbard's wife will have her day in court. She's to be sentenced for that break-in at the IRS.
Shades of Howard Hughes.
It is.
Thank you, John.